myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I.
Yes. Guess who's back? I'm back again. Michael's back. Subscribe to his podcast. Not just telephone, but subscribe to his podcast because I need listeners. Mr. Silk Underwear. Let's work on that Liam Neeson impression, shall we? Remember, whenever I do whenever I do a Liam Neeson impression, I gotta plug the nose and plug it, and then I go, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have is a very particular set of skills. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. But if you don't, I will find you. And I will kill you. Not bad, huh? Not bad. Okay, welcome everybody. Yeah, You are listening to me, Mike, Self, and I am Mike Betancourt, and it's episode Sesenta Cinco. Sesenta Cinco. If you don't know, no comprende, Sesenta Cinco, no problemo. For I will tell you that is episode 65. 65. I'm not going to do that 65 times. I wouldn't do that to you. If I was on someone else's podcast, I would. Dare me to? If you think I should say 65 times on someone else's podcast, then do me a favor, MMikers. I need you to email me at mmipodcast19@gmail.com and tell me what podcast I should get on, and then I'll just say it. 65. I will never be invited on that podcast. I will never be. But listen outside. You hear the rain in the gutter. I'm sorry I don't have a professional sound booth. I'm sorry, you're going to have to hear the rain while I'm talking. It's a first world problem. We've been through worse, MMikers, right? You know what I'm talking about. Oh, the mixer's not working, and this is not working. But this, listen, that's not that bad, okay? Feels good to be back. I was on the road, ladies and gentlemen, MMikers. I went MMites. I already said that twice. I don't need to keep saying it. But I was on the road. On the road again. Making the great people of Oregon laugh. Oh, I love going up to Oregon. Okay? Everyone that's listening, if you're from Oregon, let me tell you, I love your state. I love your state. I've traveled there many of times, Oregon. I've been through Eugene. I did comedy in Eugene. I did comedy in Roseburg. I did comedy in Klamath Falls. If you don't know what Klamath Falls is, allow me to explain that it is the meth capital of the meth state of the meth side of the meth coast. Now, no disrespect to people of Oregon. You know how much of a meth problem / heroin problem you have in Oregon. I'm not dissing you. Okay, you have beautiful mountain range, you have beautiful rivers and the coast and trees and the people and the culture. And I understand it sucks sometimes because it's gray and wet 9 months out of the year. I understand that, and I feel for your pain. But man, when summertime hits, you're pissed because everyone wants to fucking visit your state. The only chance you can really embrace Oregon is during the summertime, and they got all these goddamn tourists coming out of nowhere. I love Oregon during July. What do you do? I get it, Oregon. I get it. I feel your pain. This is how much I'm from California. Okay, this is how much I love Oregon. I love Oregon so much. I will tell Californians. I will do my best to tell Californians not to move up there. If they're saying, "Hey, where do you think we should move? We're planning on moving out of state." Don't move up to Oregon. Okay. Well, it looks like a beautiful state. Don't do it. They will kill you. As soon as they see your California license plate, they will kill you. That's another story I'm about to tell you. But let me tell you the first one. Klamath Falls. I remember I did this show in Klamath. This is going to be all about Oregon, okay? Because this is my Oregon trail. And I've dedicated my time in Oregon. I did guest spots in Oregon. I did feature spots. I did hosting spots. And now I'm finally headlining up in Oregon all over. Any place I go, I will always headline or at least feature or at least get on stage. But I've cut my teeth in Oregon, okay? I know Oregon. I love Oregon. Anyways, I was in Klamath Falls. And like I said, Klamath Falls is the meth. There's a lot of meth there. And they're like 25 years behind, you know? White boys with baggy pants and rims on their trucks. Who has rims on their trucks? You're 35 years old, brother. What are you doing? Why is your hat tilted to the side? Why are you wearing FUBU jackets? Yeah, Klamath Falls. I've seen it. I swear to God. Baggy pants, hat tilted to the side, a FUBU jacket, rims on a tire from a truck, and he's 35 years old. Oh, and a grill. Greailleee. A grill. Yo, what's up, dog? What's up? Welcome to Klamath Falls, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Welcome to the fucking Thursday, man. I'm fucking jumping some bicycle fair. Shit. So bicycle fair. And I said, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm saying, do you, dog? Because you can't understand what I'm saying up in here in K Falls. You know what I'm saying? K Falls is what I said. K Falls. Klamath Falls, basically. It's Klamath Falls. Anyways, I did a gig up there many years ago, and the host and MC of the show was Sir Kenny. That's what he called himself. He was a retired pimp from San Francisco. I guess he moved up there, and he had his pimp hat, and he got his Hennessy. He's like, yo, Betancourt. Don't worry, he was black. I'm just letting you know right now. He was a legit pimp from San Francisco, black guy, smooth. Everything he said, everything he did, everything he walked, he just stride right on through. You know what I mean? Came up to the show cold. Yo, y'all ready? I said, y'all ready for the comedy show? Ha! And the crowd's like, yeah, y'all ready for the comedy show? Ha! All right. Here's my first joke. Just kidding, player. Let's bring up our comics. Ha! That's how he brought me up. Let's bring up your feature act. Ha! Let's bring up your headline. Ha! Yo, Mug, you know me. I was featuring at the time. Let's bring up your feature act, Mr. Mike Betancourt. I don't even know this guy, but I know he's funny. Swear to God, that's exactly what he said. I don't even know this guy, but I know he's funny. So y'all better laugh too. Mike Betancourt. Yeah. It's Mike Betancourt. Yeah, Mike Betancourt. You know what I mean? Mike Betancourt. Yeah, yo. Yo, that's what's up, dog. Wish you washy. There's your bow. And K Falls. I did a great time. Had a lot of fun up there. And this is what Mr. Sir Kenny did after the show. He came up to me. He's like, yo, Betancourt, I got something for you, dog, man. You funny. First of all, dog, you funny. You know what I mean? You funny. But I got something for you, dog. This is what I got. Come here. We walked to a separate room. He opened the door. And there was these two most disgusting, nastiest hookers I've ever seen in my entire life. And I truly mean that. This one girl, she was high on meth, probably just took a hit of meth. She's scratching all over. She has no teeth. Completely gumless. Probably 20, 21 maybe. She looks like she's 70. She's shaking, she's smoking. Then there's this other girl, tweaking. She has a missing eye. One's missing one's missing teeth. The other one's missing an eye. And Sir Kenny came up and he's like, yo, dog, this is for you. Ladies, won't you do me a favor? Won't you handle that? Handle that, dog. Get it? Holla! I'm out of here. Hang. Closes the door. I immediately opened the door and walked out. I didn't even say two words. As soon as I saw, I was like, nope. That is terrible. But I paid my dues. In K Falls. So this past week, I was up in wonderful Coos Bay, Oregon. Okay, and I had to overcome the obstacles, ladies and gentlemen. It was a lot, and I'll tell you why. When you drive up from California to Oregon, you usually go through Medford, and there's this summit, like this peak you got to go through. Well, when I was going up there, it was closed off because of the snow. I had to go clear across to the coast and drive up all the way the coastal route. Well, that's a little bit longer. The 7-hour drive turned into 11-hour drive. Yeah. Showtime's at 7 o'clock. I had to leave California at 4:30. And there was so much road construction there. Oh my God, there's so much road construction. Please stop building. Just let me get up. All I wanted to do was get there at a decent enough time to take a shower, relax, and get ready for the show. I had 2 shows to do that night. It was a Wednesday night. I know I should have left Tuesday, but I had a show on Tuesday in Santa Rosa. By the way, Sally's Tomatoes in Santa Rosa. Thank you guys. You guys were awesome. My feature act, Mr. Nick Larson, came out. He rocked it, set me up for the spike. It was wonderful working with their newer comics as well. There's a lot of new comics. I'm very impressed with what they have to offer. So it was wonderful. Back to what I was talking about. Going up to Coos Bay. It was a beautiful drive up the coast. Okay? But there was a lot of wind and rain and more wind and more rain and more construction. And finally I got there. I finally made it to Coos Bay. I had 20 miles left to get to the Mill Casino. The Mill Casino is where the comedy show is at. They've been doing that they've been having comedy there for more than 20 years. I started out doing my comedy career at the Mill Casino. I did a guest spot there and I worked my way up to headliner, and it was, I always love coming back to Coos Bay. I always love performing for people at Coos Bay because they feel the love too. You know? They truly feel the love, and I love coming back there, and I'm always excited. So when I drive up to Coos Bay, it says Coos Bay, 20 miles. I'm like, yes, and every single time, this is what happens to me. A cop always fucks with me. Always. 10 out of 10 times. My final stretch, every time I get to Oregon, a cop is always fucking with me. Every single time. Because I have a California's license plate. Okay? They don't like Californians. And why am I up in Coos Bay? They don't know if I'm a comedian or not. That wasn't patched over the APB or dispatch. I'm sure I said it wrong, but excuse me. Oregon's finest. I apologize. And I'll tell you what they did. Not one, but two different cops. Maybe they were talking at the exact same time. One cop came right behind me, like inches behind me while I was driving, tailgating me. My hands are on 10 and 2, okay? I didn't smoke any weed. I'm not drunk. I don't have any weed on me. I am 100% sober. I am 100% driving the right speed limit. I'm not speeding. I'm slower traffic to the right. I got 20 miles left to Coos Bay. 20. That's it. That's all I have is 20 miles. That's it. 20 miles left to Coos Bay. That's it. And I'm a Duck fan, by the way. I'm a huge Duck fan. Been a huge Duck fan since Joey Harrington was quarterback played for the Ducks. Love watching the Ducks. I can't wait for their Ducks baseball team to come up on the rise. Ducks basketball is awesome. Anyways, we'll talk about that another time. Anyways, this cop is tailgating me, basically bumping my bumper. He shines his sirens, and then leaves, goes as fast as he can. Goes right in front of me and flies. I have 15 miles left. 15 miles. I'm like, dude, just get me to freaking Coos Bay. That's all I want to do. I love Coos Bay. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to hang out. I can't wait to be there. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. All of a sudden, another cop driving the opposite direction does a U-turn. Comes wheeling right behind me. And then drives away. Totally messing with me. And I know that. And I'm not going to get their badge number and investigate, because if I was from Oregon and I saw a Californian come up, I would do the exact same thing. So well played, Oregon's finest. Well played. I salute you for that. Then I finally made it to Coos Bay. Finally. I got out. I stood in the rain with my arms up like Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption, just like, oh, thank God. Yes, I did it. I made it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. It was awesome. I made it. And it was a wonderful show. Both shows. And my feature act, Christine Little, she did a phenomenal job. Both shows. My first time meeting her. I'm 14 years in stand-up comedy. She's 10 years in. So she's right in the groove of being really funny. And she's really funny. She is really funny. If you ever get a chance to see her, please see her wherever she is. Wherever she's performing, go see her. She's very funny. Highly recommend it. And we had a great time. We had a great time. I messed with some redneck. I called people of Coos Bay racist and stupid and rednecks. And they loved me for it because they know if I meant it, they would kill me. Which is okay, because you need that level of fear. Just a little bit, you know. And we hung out with the local folks. I like to say that. The local Coos Bayans. Good friend of mine up there, Bill Simon. He's a comic, or he stopped comedy for a while and got a real job and became a professor, and he's teaching psychology. He's got a good retirement plan coming up pretty soon. So I'm like, what did I do for the past 15 years? But he showed us around, and we hung out with him and a couple of redneck. I hung out with this one sheriff. The sheriff, Coos Bay, for the past 20 years. Boy, I tell you what, there I was. He's like, and the sheriff's like, hey, you wanna sound like a redneck? This is what you say. Okay, this is what you say. Okay, he sounded just like this. This is what you say. This is what every cop says. This is what every police officer says. You ready? Kind of sounds like Beetlejuice, but hey, what's here, man? He's like, there I was, minding my own goddamn business. No shit. Swear to God. Man, I tell you what. And he told me some dark stories of him being a sheriff. I'm not going to tell you the dark stories because they're pretty dark and I don't want to set the mood. But basically what it was is he had a standoff with a kid and he almost shot the kid. But divine intervention prevented both of them from shooting each other. That right there alone, one story. And he's been a cop for 30, almost 40 years. Just telling me this story. It was amazing. And told me all these other stories. I'm like, holy crap. But that's every police officer if you think about it. I bet you there's a couple of Oregon police officers that are going to see me one of these days. Like, man, I you know what's so funny about California? The other day, a couple of years ago, I saw this one Californian. I started messing with him. I went bumper to bumper with him. Started turn on the lights and sirens, and that's what I did. I was like, "That's me, idiot!" Oh no shit, no shit. Oh no shit. There I was, minding my own goddamn business. And that was Coos Bay. And then the next day, me and Bill, we hung out because I had a day off. And, oh my God, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you this, all right? Please listen to this very carefully. If you ever go to Coos Bay, Oregon, I highly recommend you going to this Mexican restaurant called La Hedura. La Hedura. Not like what my friend said. Hey, Mike, you want to go to La Herradura? I'm like, sure. That's what he said. I mean, that's what he said. You want to go to La Herradura? I'm like, hell yeah, I'll go to La Herradura. And I looked down, I was like, that's La Herradura. Oh, that's what I said. La Herradura. But man, this Mexican restaurant is beautiful. It's a small, quaint Mexican restaurant. Please go up to this restaurant. Food is excellent. It's family owned. It's a wife and a husband and his brother-in-law and his sister-in-law, and they all cook and work together. And it's a very small restaurant, and it's delicious. And not only that, they have this Long Island iced tea. I guarantee you, it will knock you on your ass. And it comes out in a big bowl, a huge bowl. One of those will get you faded. Two of those, you'll black out. I've had one, and it's delicious, and it's only $5. Barely any ice. All alcohol. La Herradura, the horseshoe, in Coos Bay, Oregon. You better go there. Because if you don't go there, why are you visiting Oregon? Why are you going up to Coos Bay? Okay? Go there. The food's so good. I'm telling you, the service is amazing. And those Long Island iced teas will knock you on your ass. Did I say they were $5? They were $5. It will. Any club you go to, order a Long Island iced tea, and I will throw it on the ground. I'm like, no, let's go up to Coos Bay right now. Let's go to La Herradura. La Herradura. Let's go up to La Herradura, and I'll show you Long Island iced tea. And they know how to make it, and they're wonderful people. So that was my time in Coos Bay. Then we went Friday, went down to Medford, had a phenomenal time in Medford. First show, it was great. Had some fans. I had some fans that came to see me that knew me. They're like, Mike, where have you been? The last time I went up to Medford was probably like almost 4 years ago. And they missed me. They're like, Mike, where have you been? We can't wait to see you. And normally when I get nervous when people that know me come to see me because I always think that they're going to get drunk and heckle me. It's because some people have acted like that. Like I owe them something. Well, I owe you, so I got to heckle you. That's all love. No, then you're not a fan. But these people respected the art of stand-up comedy. They loved it. And guess what happened? They came back again on the second day, on Saturday. They came back. Okay, listen, they came back. It just blew me. And this place was packed. About 200 people. Really wasted. I mean, really wasted people. I mean, that's Oregon, though. Okay? You got to expect that. You work hard, you drink hard. Not work hard, play hard. You work hard, you drink hard. That's the motto. If you don't work, then you're a scumbag. But if you work your ass off, take care of your family, and then drink like no other, that makes you an Oregonian. Oregonian. Makes you part of the O. And I went up there, and I knew there's a time limit with drunk audiences. There is. And the host, Carl Lee, he's another comic. I've known him for many years, and he just destroys it every time I see him. And then Christine Little came up, and she destroyed it. And I got to follow these two monsters I got to follow these people, which is fine. But I know the audience. I know how they can be. And the only way to be successful in Medford is make them love you and be a dick at the exact same time. Basically, I was myself. Okay? I was myself. And I had a wonderful time. I had a blast. I made people laugh, and we had fun. I humiliated a couple of hecklers. They shut their mouth, and I moved on, and I sold some merch. Oh, by the way, this one guy bought my shirts, all of my shirts. I was completely sold out. People love my shirts up in Coos Bay and Medford. They love my shirts. My new shirts that I'm selling, I highly recommend you getting a shirt. If you want to know what the shirt looks like, do me a favor. All you got to do is email me at mmipodcast19@gmail.com. Tell me your size, and I will send you a shirt. I mean, I'm not going to give it away. I will sell you. I got to make sure I say it. I will sell you a shirt. This one guy bought all of my shirts in one fell swoop. He's like, how much are these shirts? I told him, he's like, I'll buy them all. I'm like, what? All of them? He's like, yes. He bought all my shirts, put them in a box, and left, and I never saw him again. So either he's scalping them at a higher price, or he's going to give it to some people. But I thank you. Thank you for buying those shirts. I hope you do scalp them at a higher price. Say that you bought them for $50 and then you sell them for $40. That's a genius idea. Go for it, brother. I hope you do, because my face and my name is getting out there in Oregon. And damn it, I love Oregon. I do. Because Oregon, we've been through a lot, you know? And you make me feel so welcome. You know, even if it was a bad show, you still make me feel welcome, because I've been through the bad shows in Oregon. I've been through it all. We have a wonderful relationship, Oregon, for many years. Not just this time around, many years. And I'm glad that I finally found the right time and place to tell the world how much Oregon is to me. And the people in Oregon that come out to see me, you mean a lot, because I wouldn't be as funny as I am every time I come up there. We wouldn't have this chemistry if you weren't awesome either. Now, granted, I love you once a year, and granted, you love me once a year. But let's keep this relationship like that, because I would hate to take that away. If I moved up there and we started to hate each other, I don't want to hate you, Oregon. I don't. You don't want to hate me. That's why I'm trying my best to make sure Californians don't move up there. I will say a lot of horror stories so they don't move up there, because I love you, Oregon. I will do my best. I'm like, you don't want to move up to Oregon. You know what they do? They make you drink AIDS. What? Oh, no way. And they'll never move up, and everyone will leave, and you'll have plenty of parking spaces again. Because you deserve it, Oregon. You deserve the best. And if I have to make a lie to make sure no one else moves, I'll be like, you know what? You should move to Idaho. They have the cure for AIDS up there. They have the cure for AIDS? Yes. So go up and move up to Idaho. Oregon makes you drink it. Idaho cures it. So if you need to move out of California, move to Idaho. Plenty of room. Plenty. Oregon's occupied by the Oregonians. I'm so sorry if I said it wrong. I apologize. Oregonians, if you're from Oregon, if I said it wrong, please email me at mmipodcast19@gmail.com. Tell me if I said it right, because I don't mind being corrected from people from Oregon. I don't mind it at all, because I love Oregon. I love it. I met some awesome people. Oh, God, I met some great people. Met some great veterans, because I talk about being a vet on stage, and met some awesome veterans from the Marines and from the Navy and from the Army. We all sat down. We drank together. We had a great time. They talked about their war stories. One guy was a Purple Heart. Another guy was a Bronze Star. And We all just sat down, and Bronze Star, Recon, another guy was Special Forces, and we all just sat down and talked, and we realized that people just need to stop fucking complaining about bullshit. That is the job of a veteran. We need to tell everyone, stop your fucking bitching. Stop your fucking crying. Okay? Because if World War III breaks out, you're not going to be on my team. I guarantee it. I'm going to get someone from Oregon because they have all the weapons and all the hide spots too. All the tunnels, everything. If you want, there you go. For the zombie apocalypse, I'm moving up to Oregon. That's the only time I can do it, Oregon, if you allow me to. Of course, I'm going to ask permission when I get up to the border. I know the proper ways of getting up to Oregon. I'll just say I have a comedy show and everyone's invited. Yeah, let's do it. Zombie comedy show. Let's do it. Sorry, that was a heckler. Oh my God, Oregon. I just talked about 30 minutes about you. And I'm very thankful. Thank you so much for making it fun for me. It truly means a lot. Coos Bay, La Herradura, Medford, the veterans, even the Oregon's finest police officers. Thank you for making this trip fun for me. I will never forget it, and I will always come back, and I want to come back. So when I come back, I will let you know. Please come to a show, buy a shirt. We're going to have some fun. And by the way, speaking of shirts and comedy shows, I don't know why I mentioned shirts, but don't forget, I better tell you now, Californians, people of Elk Grove, March 30th is the return of Top Dog Comedy. That's right, the return of Top Dog Comedy at Dreaming Dog Brewery. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, I promise you, it will be fun. You got headlining Mr. Chicago Steve Barkley. You have a feature act, Nick Larson, my feature act that I worked with at Sally Tomatoes. He's going to come again. He's going to crush it. And doing a guest spot is Wendy Lewis. She's from TMZ Live. All these people are funny. All these people I've known for many of years. And you are not going to regret it. So please, I'm going to have a link so you can purchase tickets online. And I want to see you out there March 30th, okay? And if you're from Oregon, please come down. Please come see me. If you need to take a trip, March 30th, Saturday, come down, take a trip. We'll hang out. We'll talk about go duck yourselves and get those beavers. You know what I mean? Go Ducks. But anyways, thank you, Oregon. And by the way, this podcast is brought to you by Waza Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You mentioned the Me, Myself, and I podcast. You will get half off the first month of training. You can choke somebody out from Oregon, or if you're from Oregon, come down to Elk Grove, choke somebody out for half off. All you got to do is mention my podcast. So thank you once again, Oregon, my fans. Thank you. You mean a lot to me, and I really appreciate you dedicating your time to come out. You know who you are because you're listening to this podcast. Thank you so much, and let's get ready. For those who haven't heard my podcast because you were in Oregon. But now you see, people from Oregon have probably never heard of my podcast because I've been away from Oregon for so long. So Oregon, this is what I do, okay? This is what I do every single episode, and I want you to do this every single episode.
It's me,
Close it out, okay? First of all, I love you, Oregon. And thanks for making it safe for me. Thanks for not slashing my tires. It means a lot. Okay, here we go. That's what we do at the end of the show. You ready? It's time to salsa. What? It's time to salsa. Salsa! 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 Hey! 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 Salsa!